Good afternoon, Tony Dottino here, Windermere, Florida, where our days are starting to hit into the 90s. And one may think those are wonderful days until you go about walking outside or trying to do some gardening chores or even taking a swim in a pool that's now in the mid 80s and finding out that the sun is beating on you. But regardless, I'm here in Windermere, Florida, and getting our preparations for our 26th USA Memory Championship. And what's interesting about that is just within the last week, I've had the opportunity of getting several communications or reading a Saturday Evening Post article in the current issue from Dr. Richard Restak's interview that he had done with a writer for the Post, and just brought back so many memories. Well, as it be, I also had the pleasure of talking this week to Renee Saul, who was our PR person, who did such an awesome job of really promoting our event and filling up an auditorium when we started our event back in New York City. And we're hosting the event at the Con Edison Auditorium and the Thomas Watson Auditorium. Excuse me, the Thomas Edison Auditorium at the corporate headquarters of Con Edison. So it's just in talking with people this week and then reminiscing about some of our prior champions and what this has done in terms of their lives. It's just been life changing, and just continuing to see different periodicals, different magazines, and talking about, what are we doing with our health? How do we take different things and make a difference in our cognitive fitness and our mental health? Continues to be in the literature that I read just about every other day. I do read things every day, but just about every other day I'm reading an article that just kind of hits me and says, my goodness, 26 years later, we're still trying to get people to realize that your memory is not fixed. There are things you can do to improve it. And having run 25 USA Memory Championships, with the 26th coming on July the 12th, which will be done online, it just gets me to realize how challenging it is for people to worry and get an anxiety about losing their mental health, and yet how difficult it is to get people to realize first that there is something they can do about it. There are exercises you can do, or methods and systems you can do to improve your memory regardless of your age. And so when I think back to 25 years of the USA Memory Championship and the work that we put forth every year to get people to realize that if you believe you can improve your memory and you're willing to take the time to learn some systems to improve it, then you too can. It's not even being a memory champion. You too can improve your memory. And that's what the event was founded to prove to people, that there are ways and systems and techniques and processes you can follow to improve your cognitive fitness regardless of your age. And 25 years ago, you wouldn't have had the literature, the research, and the science that now supports the fact that humans can improve their memories as they get older, and we don't have to stay fixed with the anxiety, the stress, and the worry that basically creates a concern for people to lose their mental functions. And this morning I got to spend some time in a Memory Institute workshop that we do here in Orlando, Florida. And we had an opportunity to share with people some of the principles of something that has been for years has been around, called mind mapping. And we had people go through a couple of different exercises today, and what a difference it's made on these people, and what a difference it makes in their ability to capture their thoughts, get them out on paper, retain those thoughts, and then use them to have fun and enjoy conversations that they have with people about different things that are important to them in their lives. And so memory skills and techniques have been here. As you can tell, I'm getting a little bit older, but they've been around for as long as I've become aware of them. And that's probably in the mid 80s that I began to believe and learn that memory was an important fundamental principle in terms of our mechanics of human thought that would improve the creativity of a workforce. At that time would be IBM, since that's where I was working. So 26 years later, still find the battles of people recognizing that. And as I was sharing, reading this Saturday Evening Post article with Dr. Richard Restak, who I've met on several occasions, it's hard to get people to believe that we can do physical exercise. We can help build our pecs and our chest and our abs and our stomachs and our thighs and what have you. But not to realize there are things we can do to improve what's up in here. So it gets me to stop and think about what good is it to have a strong and muscular body, whatever, and you don't have it up here to go with it. And so comes our 25th Memory Championship last year, which we also had a celebration of 25 years up at the MIT auditorium in Cambridge, Massachusetts. That now brings us to the 26th. You say, wow, so what's up for this year? And so we have Memory League, who is a company that allows us to do the games online. Once we started with COVID back in 2020, we were planning to do an event out in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania with the folks at Penn State. And unfortunately, COVID shut that down. And we went to online, and we've used Memory League and Lumos Games over the last 6 years to help us keep people safe, not having to bring them to travel, and basically continue to promote memory and mental health to people that are worried about losing their memory or not believing they can, in fact, learn skills that can help them improve their memories. And so Memory League stepped forward and has been a wonderful partner with us for the last several years. Lumos Labs has been a wonderful partner with us, though this year they're going to take a sidestep for this year. But we are hoping to get some Lumos Lab users to at least compete and see how well their memories are from playing the Lumos Lab games. Lumosity is how most people will remember them. And that's what we're up to. So July 12th is our online event. Memory League, God, the gentleman, Simon, that runs this for us is in Australia, so he gets up this god-awful hour of the day and helps us with all of the games. And usually he's got a heavy jacket on because it's winter in Australia when we're doing our games here in the summer. And he has just been terrific. And we've got people registered to sign up to compete. And what we then do is take the top 10 people from that event, and maybe 12 this year, because our prior champions get a bye to participate. And if we don't have any prior champion that wants to participate, then what we'll do is invite 12 people instead of 10. So in any case, we're doing that at Full Sail University in August. And we always worry about doing that in August when the University of Central Florida football program starts, because it's about 5 miles away in terms of where Full Sail is. But we've got them set up for August to do the finals here in Winter Park, Florida. And we'll crown our 26th USA Memory Championship by the end of August. So that's where we're at, and July 12th, make that date. You got anybody that thinks they'd be interested, have them take a look at the USA Memory Championship website, and hopefully we'll see you in Florida come August.